Magic the Gathering. It's a card game with a new set. And I went to the card shop yesterday with a friend. I didn't think I was gonna be able to buy it until like 2 weeks from now. And here we are. Sorry, I'm trying to open it. Is my background music too loud? Feels a little loud. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Alright, you can see my phone. Ah! Yes, to use my teeth. What are you gonna do about it? Ah. Ah. Boom, baby. So yeah, I bought this yesterday. I bought 2 boxes yesterday. I opened one in store with my friend. We got some funny pulls, but I don't think I pulled anything too crazy. Today, though, today will be different. Today, we're gonna get the big money. Yeah. I think... Nope. Nope. Jesus Christ. Lorwyn Eclipsed, baby! So this is what we're looking for. Anything like this. Any big, crazy full arts. An anime art. So based on the cards I did already pull, I'm thinking Merfolk Tribal would go crazy. Here, do you guys want to scan this? Go ahead and scan that if you guys want. Learning more about the collectible treatment in Lorwyn Eclipsed. So let's just fucking go. Hang on, this music's not very fitting. There you go, that's a little better. First pack, baby. And yes, I'm bundled up in my blanket just a little bit. It's a little chilly this morning. Okay. Wind Unraveling. As an additional cost to pay the spell, Blight 2 or pay 1. Counter target spell. As a blue player, I always love my counter spells. River Guard's Reflexes. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Oh, +2/+2 and gains first strike until end of turn. Untap it. That's pretty good. Surly Farrier. He's a 2/2. He's a 2-mana 2/2 with tap him, and target creature you control gets +1/+1 against vigilance until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Cinder Strike. As an additional cost, you may cast this spell. You may Blight 1. Cinder Strike deals 2 damage to target creature. It deals 4 damage to that creature instead if the spell's cost was paid, and it's a 1 mana drop. That's pretty cool. Barbed Bloodletter. When this equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. This creature gains Wither until end of turn. An equipped creature gets +1/+2. That's pretty cool. Hang on, sorry, I'm saving this to a playlist. Flaring Cinder. Look at that art. Look at how cool that guy looks. When this creature enters, and whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. If only it didn't have red in it, then I could put it in my Y'shtola deck. Changeling Wayfinder. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Not bad. Some ramping. Pyrrhic Strike. As additional cost to cast a spell, you may Blight 2. Choose one. If the spell's additional cost was paid, choose both instead. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or destroy target creature with mana value 3 or greater. Springleaf Drum. Tap an untapped creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. That's not bad. Creekwood Saferite. Is that a 2 mana 5/5? This creature enters with... Oh, okay. This creature enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it. At the beginning of your end step, if there's an elf card in your graveyard and this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. Hey! Our first legendary creature. Unfortunately, it's one I've already pulled. It's Sonar Innovative First Year. He has Vivid, so at the beginning of your first main phase, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X non-land cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. For each of those colors, you may exile a card of that color from among the revealed cards, and then shuffle. You may cast the exile cards this turn. Little confusing wording. Ooh, Champions of the Shoal. This is new. I don't think I've seen these guys. Merfolk. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold a merfolk and exile it. Whenever this creature enters or becomes tapped, tap up to one... Wait. Whenever this creature enters or becomes tapped, tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter on it. What the fuck? When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. That's crazy. And our... foil is the Sizzling Changeling. I don't think that's worth much. It's a Changeling, and when this card dies, exile the top card of your library until the next turn. You may play that card. Oh, we also got a foil full art land. Very pretty. Look at that. And then a token. That's cool. Yeah, this one opened like fucking butter. Gold Meadow Nomad. For white, you could exile this card from your graveyard. You get a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token, and you can activate it only as a sorcery. Assert Perfection. Fey Racism. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power up to one target creature an opponent controls. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Pretty good. Burning Curiosity. As an additional cost, you may Blight 1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. If this spell's additional cost was paid, exile the top 3 cards instead. Until the end of next turn, you may play those cards. Interesting. Vile Boggart. When this creature dies, put a -1/-1 counter on up to one target creature. That's pretty cool. Run away together. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by different players. Return those creatures to their owner's hands. Interesting. Mist Meadow Council. Look at these guys. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a Kithkin, and when this creature enters, you draw a card. Evolving Wilds. Sheesh. Always good, always good. Tap, sacrifice this land, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Never a bad thing. Blossoming Defense. This creature you control, that target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Not for 1 green, that's pretty good. Gnarlbark Elm. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it, and then for 3, you can remove 2 counters from this creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Interesting. Illusion spinners. You may cast a spell as though it had flash if you control a fairy, and flying. This creature has hexproof as long as it is untapped. Wow. Hey, we got another one of the funny cards. Mirror Mind Crowned. Let me tell you what this card does. As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, the first time you would create one or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of equipped creature. That sounds pretty cool. So imagine you have a guy that makes tokens and you copy him for every token he makes. Then, when he makes tokens again, you make more copies of him, and then you make more tokens. Kinscare Sentry. First strike, lifelink, and whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. That's really good. We got a foil version of the Changeling Wanderer, Wayfinder, whatever. We already saw him. A foil Flare Plains. Ooh. And then a token. Next pack. Rip it. Dawn's Light Archer. He has flash and reach. That's it. We already saw Burning Curiosity. Scarblade's Malice. Target creature you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. When that creature dies this turn, create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. That's pretty good. Blossom Bind. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature can't become untapped and can't have counters put on it. That's pretty cool. Gallant Foul Knight. Like foul as in the bird. When this creature enters, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Kithkin creatures you control also gain first strike until end of turn. Safe Right Cavalry. This creature can't be blocked by more than one creature, and for 5, target elf you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's a lot for a +2/+2. Chaos Spewer. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm a Chaos Spewer. When this creature enters, you may pay 2. If you don't, blight 2. And that's it. Moonglove Extractor. Whenever this creature attacks, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Not bad. Requiting Hex. It's cool, like, fucking crow dragon thing. It's a crow mauler. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you may blight 1. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. If the spell's additional cost is paid, you gain 2 life. Ooh, Noggle Robber. The fucking donkey. When this creature enters or dies, create a treasure token. Not bad. Bark of Doran. Like Doran's blade? I guess this is Doran's shield. Equipped creature gets +0/+1. As long as equipped creature's toughness is greater than its power, it assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Holy shit. Taster of Wares. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards, that player exile it. If an instant or sorcery card was exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. That's kinda nuts. Chomping Changeling. Or foil. When this creature enters, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment. That's not bad. We also got a foil plains, not full art. And then a token. You know how it is. You already know who it is. It's your boy, brrr. Milo, get your back in the house. Unexpected assistance. Convoke and draw 3 cards and discard a card. Keep out. Choose one. Keep out deals 4 damage to target tapped creature or destroy target enchantment. Pretty cool. Liz Alana Informant. Liz Alana Informant. When this creature enters or dies, surveil 1. Bone Club Berserker. This creature gets +2/+0 for each other goblin you control. Pretty cool. Bog Slither's Embrace. As an additional cost to cast a spell, Blight 1 or pay 3. Exile target creature. Target exile creature. Temporal Cleansing. The owner of target it has Convoke, and the owner of target non-land permanent puts it into their library second from the top or on the bottom. Another Chaos Spewer. We've seen Bogart Mischief or Bogart Mischief. When this enchantment enters, you may Blight 1. If you do, create 2 1/1 black and red goblin creature tokens. Whenever a goblin creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's not bad. Moonlit Lamenter. This creature enters with a -1/-1 counter on it, and then for 2, you can remove a counter from this creature, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. Pitiless Fists. Pitiless Fist, probably. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Soulbright Seeker. Cool looking guy. As an additional cost to cast the spell, behold an elemental or pay 2. For 1, you can target creature you control gains trample until end of turn. If this is the 3rd time this ability has been resolved, add 4 red mana. Collective Inferno. It has Convoke, and as this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Double all damage that sources you control of the chosen type would deal. What the fuck? Eclipsed Bogart. It's her foil. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a goblin, swamp, or mountain card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any random order. A forest and token. Next pack. Feed the Flames. Feed the Flames deals 5 damage to target creature. If the creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Ooh. Dream Caesar. Do my fucking ear hole. It has flying, and when this creature enters, you may blight one. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Pretty cool. Silvergill Peddler. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Pretty cool. Sun Dappled Celebrant. Convoke and Vigilance. Great Forest Druid. Tap him to add 1 mana of any color. Not bad. Wary Farmer. At the beginning of your end step, if another creature entered the battlefield under your control this turn, surveil 1. Mischievous Sneakling. It is a changeling with flash. Pestered Wellguard. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, create a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token with flying. That's kind of crazy. Morkant's Eyes. This is one I haven't seen. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. For 6, sacrifice this enchantment and create X 2/2 black and green elf creature tokens, where X is the number of elf cards in your graveyard. Cool. Iron Shield Elf. Bible in this set going crazy. I want some Merfolk stuff. I got a Merfolk commander I want to try. Discard a card. This creature gains indestructible until end of turn, and then tap it. Klaken Festival? Klachan Festival? Klaken. I don't know. When this enchantment enters, create 2 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature tokens, and then for 6, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. Whoa! This guy's cool. Erdu, Carrier of Dawn. He's a double-sided. He has flying and lifelink. He's a commander with flying and lifelink. 5 mana, flying, lifelink. Creature spells you cast have convoke, and at the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay a black. If you do, transform Eridu. And then Eridu turns into Isilu, Carrier of Twilight. What the fuck? He has flying and lifelink, and each other non-creature token you control has persist. At the beginning of your first main phase, you can transform him by paying a white. Ooh. Stalactite Dagger. It's our foil. It's an artifact with when this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. A creature gets +1/+1 and is all creature types. It's pretty cool. another untapped merfolk you control. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty fucking good. Goat nap! I'm taking your goat. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If that creature is a goat, it also gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Weird. Formidable. Yeah, formidable speaker. This guy's cool. When this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. And then for 1 and tapping him, you can untap another target permanent. That's pretty good. A tutor? Brambleback Brute is our foil. And it says this creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. And then for 2, you can remove a counter from this creature. Target creature can't block this turn and activate only as a sorcery. And then we got a swamp and some tokens. Okay, great. Love that happened to me. Damn, this also opened like fucking butter. Elder Auntie. Okay. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 black and red goblin creature token. Not bad. Blight Rot. Every time I see this card, I think it says Brain Rot. Put 4 -1/-1 counters on target creature. Ulrich Mystic we've already seen. Tributary Vaulter we've already seen. Oh, here's a new one. Unforgiving Aim. You can choose one. Destroy target creature with flying, destroy target enchantment, or create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. Reckless Ransacking. Hang on, I'm gonna move my feet. Ah, I dropped my charger. Blah. Okay. Target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. And you create a treasure token. Ooh, Mero Sky Swimmer. He has Convoke and Flying and Vigilance, and whenever this creature enters, create a 1/1 white and blue merfolk creature token. Foraging Wickermaw. When this creature enters, surveil 1, and then for 1, you can add 1 mana of any color. This creature becomes that color until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Ooh, I got another Dawn Blessed Pennant. As this artifact enters, choose Elemental, Elf, Fairy, Giant, Goblin, Kithkin, Merfolk, or Treefolk. Whenever a permanent you control of the chosen type enters, you gain 1 life, and then you can sack it to return target card of the chosen type from your graveyard to your hand. Shimmerwild's Growth. This one's crazy. Enchant Land. As this aura enters, choose a color. Enchanted Land is the chosen color. Whenever Enchanted Land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of the chosen color. Ooh, Twin Flame Travelers. It has flying, and if a triggered ability of another elemental you control triggers, it triggers an additional time. Ooh, Mutable Explorer. Cool. So Changeling, and says when this creature enters, create a tapped Mutavolt token. Weird. And our foil is Impolite Entrance. Target creature gains trample and haste until end of turn. Draw a card. Ooh, a Florid Swamp. It's nice. Nothing too crazy yet. Stratosaur. That sounds like a fucking dinosaur. It has flying, and when this creature enters, target creature gains flying until end of turn, and it has land cycling. Reluctant Dawnguard. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it, and whenever another creature you control enters while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from it. Tend the Springs. Cute. Search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then if you control 7 or more lands and or a tree folk, create a 3/4 green tree folk creature token with reach. Gristle Glutton. You can tap him to blight 1, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Boggart Prankster. Whenever you attack, target attacking goblin you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Stoic Grove Guide. For 2, you can exile this card from your graveyard to create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. Activate only as a sorcery. Feisty Spikeling. Changeling, and during your turn, this creature is first strike. Unwelcoming Sprite. It has flying, and whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, surveil 2. That's pretty cool. Impolite Entrance we've seen. Chompling Changeling we've seen. Here. Wretched Wretch. Whenever this creature dies, if it had a -1/-1 encounter, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it loses all abilities. Ooh. Adept Water Shaper. I already have multiple of these guys. Sounds strong though. Other tapped creatures you control have indestructible. Whoa! Our foil is Moon Vigil Adherence. Trample, and this creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control and each creature card in your graveyard. What the fuck? And then an island. Pretty. Let me move this. I don't know why I have a Lego gun on my fucking... Liminal Hold. When this enchantment enters, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. You gain 2 life. Dawnlight's Archer we saw, Burnback Brute we saw, Scarblade's Malice, Blossom Bind, Gallant Foul Knight, Moonglove Extractor. Here's a new one. Giant Fall. You can choose one. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls, or destroy an artifact. Evershriek's Gift? Evershrike? Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and is flying. And then for 2, you can blight 2 and return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Activate only as a sorcery. Ooh. Tanufel Rhyme Speaker. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, draw a card. Dose of Dawn Glow. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then, if it is in your main phase, Blight 2. Ooh. Bloodline Binding. Or Bloodline Bidding, sorry. Convoke and create and choose a creature type. Return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard. That's crazy. It is 8 mana, though. Glen Elendra's Answer. Glen Elendra's Answer. Sorry, foil. Yeah, let's go to the expensive, like, non-full arts, or non-showcases. Bitterbloom Bearer. Full art, Bloodline Buying. Moon Shadow. Oh no, that's the extended art. I didn't get the extended art. You know, we should be just checking every legendary I get, huh? $60? Wait, what the fuck? Where'd that guy go? I gotta sleeve him. I really should just be checking every legendary I get. Or not legendary, but every rare. Where'd he go? There he is. Glenn. Let's look that up. Glenn Elendra's Answer. $5. I'll sleeve it. $5 is worth a sleeve, and it's foil. So how much is it for foil? Damn, it dropped significantly. $10 for the foil. Sheesh. And a Full Forest and Merfolk. But here, this one's also a rare. Bloodline Binding. A Bloodline, yeah, Bidding. Jesus. $2. Nice, dude. Nice. Paid for the pack. Flame Chain Mauler. This guy looks cool. For 2, this creature gets +1/+0 and gains medicine until end of turn. Heirloom Auntie. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control dies, surveil 1, then remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. Glamour Might. It's like Link and fucking Navi. Flash, flying, and when this creature enters, choose 1. Tap on target creature or untap target creature. Gold Meadow Nomad. Assert Perfection. Changeling Wayfinder. Flaring Cinder. Here's, this one's new. Boldwar Aggressor. Boldwire. Double Strike, and other giants you control have Double Strike. Rhymechill. Look at how nice that looks. It has Vivid. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each color, and then tap up to 2 target creatures, put a stun counter on each of them, and then draw a card. Pummeler for Hire. Cool, I didn't draw any fucking giants on my last box. It has Vigilance and Reach and Ward 2, and when this creature enters, you gain X life, where X is the greatest power among the giants you control. Ooh. Raiding Schemes. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire. What does that mean? Okay, you can copy it. Figure of Fable. So for 1, this creature becomes a Kithkin scout with base power and toughness 2-3. For 3, this creature is a scout. It becomes a Kithkin soldier with base power of toughness 4-5. And then for 6, if this creature is a soldier, it becomes a Kithkin avatar with base power and toughness of 7-8 and protection from each of your opponents. What the fuck? And then our foil is Flamekin Guildweaver. Trample, and when this creature enters, create a treasure token. And then a plains. Figure of Fable. $2. And then raiding schemes. What are the differences? Oh, promo packs. Okay. Nothing. ECL. What is ECL? Appeal to Erdu. I have Erdu. Convoke, and 1 or 2 target creatures each get 2/2/1 until end of turn. Ooh. Wildvine Pummeler. Vivid, and Reach and Trample. Flamekin Guildweaver we've seen. Ooh, we haven't seen this. Dawnhand Eulogist. Pretty. It has Menace, and when this creature enters, mill 3 cards. Then if there is an elf card in your graveyard, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Cool. Wild Unraveling Weave was our first card. River Guard's Reflexes, Marrow's Sky Swimmer. Here, Swat Away. The spell costs 2 less to cast. If a creature is attacking you, the owner of target spell or creature puts it in on their choice at the top of the or bottom of the library. Vinebred Brawler. This creature must be blocked if able. Whenever this creature attacks, another target elf you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Cool. Hithkeeper. What the fuck is that thing? That is absolutely fucking horrifying. It has Vivid, and so when this creature enters, create X 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature tokens, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. And then you tap 3 untapped creatures you control, and this creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn, and flying. Ooh, this guy's new. Deepway Navigator. Oh, maybe he's not. He has Flash, and when this creature enters, untap each other merfolk you control. Oh, he's not. As long as you attacked with 3 or more merfolk this turn, merfolk you control get +1/+0. That's pretty fucking good. Wistfulness. When this creature enters, if 2 green was spent to cast it, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. If 2 blue was spent to cast it, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. And it has Evoke. Foil Glamour. I already saw this guy. Plains, and then a token. Wistfulness. Whoa! 17 doubloons! Yes, please. Deepway Navigator. $5. Hey, just enough for a sleeve, baby. Things that are $5 or more get sleeved. Things that are $10 or more get put in the binder. Otherwise, they stink. Oh, hang on. Before I opened it, I should have done this. Reluctant Downguard, Liza Lana Informant, Bone Club Berserker, Bogslader's Embrace, Temporal Cleansing, Mist Meadow Shadow Council. Here's a new one. Furdock Core. It's a changeling. And then you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. And then for 4, this artifact becomes a 4/4 artifact creature until end of turn. Whoa! Omni Changeling. Look at this guy. Look at this funny fellow. Changeling with Convoke. And you may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it has Changeling. Cool. Eclipsed Boggart. I think we've already seen. Whoa! Eclipse Marrow. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a merfolk, plains, or island card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. That's really good. Eclipsed Kithkin. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a Kithkin, forest, or plains card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library. Ooh! I got this guy again. Dorian, Besieged by Time. This guy sounds crazy. He's a commander with each creature spell you can cast. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and toughness. Shimmer Creep. That thing is absolutely fucking terrifying as well. I hate that. It has Menace, and when this creature enters, each opponent loses X life, and you gain an X life, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. And a Full Art Plains. So Doran. Oh, this is the guy who had the shield. Besieged by Time. $5! And then Eclipse. How do you spell Eclipsed? It's right there. Marrow Showcase. 18 cents. Okay. He looks really cool. Scarblade Scout. This is new. Lifelink, and when this creature enters, mill 2 cards. Aquatex Defenses. It has Flash. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains hexproof until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+2. Shore Lurker. This guy looks cool. It has Flying, and when this creature enters, surveil 1. Evolving Wilds we've seen. Guilt Leaf's Embrace, Tweeze. Ooh, this one's new, I think. Kulroth Zealot. When this creature enters, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. And he has land cycling. Spiral into Solitude. Jesus, my fucking life in a card. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. And then for 2, you can blight and blighting 1. And sacrificing this aura, you exile enchanted creature. Wow, that's just a fuck you. Dundulin's Weaver. When this creature enters, if you control 3 or more creatures, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hands. It's not bad. Darkness Descends. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on each creature. What the fuck? Warren Torchmaster. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may blight 1. When you do, target creature gains haste until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Ooh. Dawnhand Dissident. Dissident, yeah. You can tap him and blighting 1. You can surveil 1 by tapping him and blighting 2. You exile target card from your graveyard, and during your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards you own exiled with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control. Wow. And that's for 1. And then our foil is Wildvine Pummeler, which you've seen at Full Art Mountain. $0.60. Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, wait, let me resize this real quick so you guys can, like, see it better. God damn it, stop. How's that? That better? Not really. Oh well. Next pack. Whoa. I love this song. Summit Sentinel. When this creature dies, draw a card. Timid Shield Bearer. It's a tiny ass shield you bear. For 5 creatures you control, get +1/+1 until end of turn. Crossroads Watcher. Trample, and whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Enraged Flamecaster. Reach, and whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, this creature deals 2 damage to each opponent. Auntie's Sentence. Choose 1. Target opponent reveals their hand, and you may choose a non-permanent card from it. That player discards that turn, or target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Ooh, Extended Art Rooftop Percher. Changeling and flying, and when this creature enters, exile up to 2 target cards from your graveyard, and you gain 3 life. Prideful Feastling. It's a changeling with lifelink. Lasting Tarfire. At the beginning of each end step, if you put a counter on a creature this turn, this enchantment deals 2 damage to each opponent. That's pretty good. Listener Byron? Whatever. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Graveshifter. It's a changeling, and when this creature enters, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty cool. Puka's Eye. What the fuck is Puka? Dart on these is very nice. When this artifact enters, you draw a card, then choose a color. The artifact becomes the chosen color. And then for 3 and tapping it, you draw a card, activate only if there are 5 colors among permanents you control. Interesting. What the hell? The Aura Awakener? Nah! He can give me Aura! He has trample, and when this creature enters, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X permanent cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Put any number of those permanents cards onto the battlefield, then put the rest of the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. Wow, a 7 cost 7/7. Our foil is this Cooper. And then a full land. Aura Awakener, huh? Aurora Awakener. What the fuck just happened? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay, that's close enough to $5 to get a sleeve. And what about my Rooftop Percher extended art? Roof. Up. Oh, I guess this isn't extended art. I guess they all look like this. Boo! You tricked me. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. We're like halfway through this box at this point. We've got some nice cards. We got some cool cards. Ugh. Okay. That didn't open the way I fully wanted it to. So it should start... These cards opening should start picking up as we go. Straightaway Cavalry, Reckless Ransacking, Scarblade Scout, Aquatex Defensive, Shore Lurker, Marrow Sky Swimmer. This one's new, right? Gravegill Scoundrel. It's hard to see that one. You can kind of see it. Look at that. Vigilance and whenever this creature attacks, you may tap another untapped creature you control. If you do, this creature can't be blocked this turn. Ooh, Personify. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield and it's under its control. Create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. Nice. Sting Slinger. For 2 and tapping it and blighting 1, this creature deals 2 damage to each opponent. Wow. Virulent Emissary. This guy looks cool. Death Touch, and whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1. Ooh, Goliath Daydreamer. He's a giant. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, exile that card with a dream counter on it instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. Whenever this creature attacks, you may cast a spell from among cards you own in exile with dream counters on them without paying its mana cost. That's pretty cool. Ooh, a dual land. Overgrown Tomb. It's just a land. And just tapped. Blightrot we've seen, and then a foil Fuller Mountain. Whee! Overgrown Tomb, huh? Overgrown Tomb. It's not that one. I wish it was this one. I didn't realize there were so many of these. Here we go. What the fuck? $12? Get me a fucking sleeve. Whoop. This is like a Zan cake. Go all the way down. Go all the way down. Shut your bitch ass up, Troy. Troy's a bitch. Tell me what to do. Goliath Daydreamer, but it's not the showcase. The showcase is so pretty. 31 cents. Oh, boo. Why did they turn the... Why is the showcase version of it, they turned it into an anime girl? Well, I guess it's anime grandma. Is it supposed to be a woman? Is that a bad thing to say? Next card. Pack, I should say. Ugh. Boom, 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 boom. Surler Farrier, we've seen, I believe. Cinder Strike. Have we seen this one? Yes. Barbed Bloodletter. Stratosorer, Reluctant Dawnguard, Moonglove Extractor, Gravegill Scoundrel. Ooh, this one's new. Shine Striker. Flying, and when this creature enters, draw cards equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. Ooh, Waterbind Trapper. For 1 and tapping it, tap another untapped creature you control. Tapped creature. Okay, so you can tap target creatures. Perfect Intimidation. Choose one or both. Wow, both. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. Jesus. And remove all counters from target creature. Thought Weft Charge? The fuck does that mean? Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If a creature entered this battlefield under your control this turn, you draw a card. Ooh, another dual land, Temple Garden. It's a dual land, I don't know what else to say. Our foil is Anti-Sentence, we've seen. And then a swamp. Temple Garden, not Garden. Oh my god, imagine if it was this one. It's this one. But that's the promo pack version. I don't have a promo pack. Where's the regular version of that? Here it is. $10. Well, $8. I'm rounding up. Cool. Of course, these all still say pre-sale. The set's not supposed to be out yet. It's according to Magic the Gathering, the set comes out the 27th. And yet here I am. Burning Curiosity, Vile Bogart, Run Away Together, Liminal Hold, Donsley Archer, Burnback Brute. Here we go. No. Wait. Yes. No? No. Stoic Grove Guide. Oh, here we go. Lofty Dreams. This is new. It has Convoke, enchant creature, and when this aura enters, you draw a card. Enchant creature gets +2/+2, and it's flying. Ooh, Lysalana Dignitary. Or Lays, whatever suits your fancy, I guess. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold an elf or pay 2. And then you can tap them for 2 green. Activate only if there is an elf card in your graveyard. That's pretty cool. Flame Braider. You can tap it to add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast elemental spells or activate abilities of elemental sources. Crib Swap. Oh, hell nah. Freaky ass, baby. It's a changeling, and you can exile target creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. Ooh, Lockmare. This creature enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it, and then for 2, you can remove a counter from this creature and draw a card, and then for 3, you can remove 2 counters from this creature to tap a target creature and then put a stun counter on it. Cool. Harmonized Crescendo. Wow. I can't speak. Crescendo is our foil. Convoke and choose a creature type. Draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. That's funny. And then we got a foil swamp too. Harmonized. Is that how you spell it? It's harmonized crescendo. $1.49. But what about foil? What about foil? $6 in foil? Say less. Meow, 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 meow. And then we got, what is this? Lockmare. Damn, the promo pack is $5, but it's $3.50 for the regular. Alright. Oh, I forgot you guys can't. Oh, you can kind of see me dancing around. I forgot you can see my hands. Dude, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. River Guard's Reflexes, Wildvine Pummeler, Flamekin Guildweaver, Dawn Hands Eulogist, Stratosaur, Moonglove Extractor. Whoa! 1,000-year Elixir! Fucking full art. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. Cool. And then you can untap target creatures. Awesome. Water Wine Farewell. It has Convoke, and you can return 1 or 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Then, if you control a Merfolk, create a 1/1 white and blue Merfolk creature token for each permanent returned to its owner's hand this way. Bogart Mischief, we've seen. Moonlit Lamenter, Soulbright Seeker. Ooh, this is new. Ooh, an Elf Commander. He has Death Touch, and whenever this creature enters or transforms into Tristan Callous Cultivator, by the way, it's Tristan Callous Cultivator, you mill 3 cards. Then, if there is an elf card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay a black. If you do, you transform Tristan. Tristan transforms into Tristan the Penitent's Color. Whenever this creature transforms into Tristan the Penitent's Color, you mill 3 cards. Then you may exile an elf card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. At the beginning of your main phase, you may pay a green to return him back into the other side. Cool. Did I show his first side? And then this is our foil. Boo! Boo! Tristan Callous Cultivator. 34 cents. Boo! What about my 1,000-year Elixir Showcase, I think is what they're called. Maybe Borderless. It's the Borderless. $17! Get me a sleeve. Cool. What? No, I don't want to take a survey. Go away. Are there people who say yes to taking surveys? There have to be, right? Well, that's what they keep asking. Special guest. So is this not the same card? 148, 10. No, it is. Oh yeah, special guest. ECL special guest. Weird. Blighted Blackthorn, Unexpected Assistance, Keep Out, Lysolana Informant, Bone Club Berserker, Bogslither's Embrace, Mischievous Sneakling. This is new. Kindle of the Inner Flame. What the hell is happening? My phone is vibrating a lot. It's just TikTok notifications. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, accept it as haste, and at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this token. And it has flashback. Ooh. Gut Splitter Gang. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 2. If you don't, you lose 3 life. Rhymekin Recluse. When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. Ooh, Rhymefire Torque. Here, this is new. Protective response. Convoke and destroy target attacking or blocking creature. That's cool. Bogart Curse Crafter. Look at that guy. Death Touch, and whenever another goblin you control dies, this creature does 1 damage to each opponent. Ooh! Eclipsed Flamekin. Look how nice that looks. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elemental, an island, or mountain card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Morkant's Loyalist. Other elves you control get +1/+1, and when this creature dies, return another target elf card from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good. Ooh, Blood Crypt. It's a dual land. Wow, this second box has been better than the first one. Okay. Blood Crypt. It's not this nice one. It's the one with the rocks. It's this one. 10 doubloons? Why is this 10 doubloons? Eclipsed. What is this? Flamekin. 18 cents. It's very nice looking though. Did I pull an elemental commander? I don't remember. I guess I'll find out later. Do you guys... I don't know if chat cares about Magic the Gathering, so I don't know if I should like stream me deck building, because I'm really bad at the game. And I don't like buy singles. I just love gambling when I open cards. Unforgiving Aim, Elder Auntie, Blightrot, Coloreth Mystic, Tributary Vaulter, Chaos Spewer, Foraging, Wicker Maw. Ooh, this one's new. Prisma Basher. Trample and... Oh, here, I'll show you first. And when this creature enters, up to X target creatures you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Gathering Stone. I think this is new. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast, and when the artifact enters at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Sour Bread Auntie. Is this a druid set? It's Lauren Eclipsed is the set. It's the Feywild. If you know anything about D&D, it's the Feywild. So it feels like it's like elementals, fairies, elves, goblins, things like that. When this creature enters, you may blight 2. If you do, create 2 1/1 black and red goblin creature tokens. And it seems very tribal focused, which is kind of cool. I want to make a bird tribal deck because I have the Wandering Chocobo. Here, I think I have him right here. It's not the really expensive one. Yeah, sorry. It's not the really expensive traveling chocobo, but it's still the traveling chocobo. So I want to use it in a deck. Now I'm just looking at all my nice cards I have from other sets. So I do want to build that, but now that I've seen a lot of these merfolk, I kind of want to build a merfolk deck. Burden Stoneback. I opened a lot of Final Fantasy boxes. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. Remove a counter from this creature. Target creature gains indestructible to end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Again, if anyone wants to watch any VODs, go to YouTube. YouTube Tanuki VODs. Watch them there. You'll probably get way less ads. Soul Immolation. That sounds awesome. I think all my unboxings are uploaded. I gotta go through my VOD channel though and fucking sort them into like playlists. I just haven't done that. As an additional cost to cast the spell, Blight X. X can't be greater than the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Soul Immolation deals X damage to each opponent and each creature they control. What the fuck? Nameless Inversion. Cool. It's a changeling, and target creature gets +3, +3, -3, and loses all creature types until end of turn. What the hell? And then just some stuff. Soul Immolation. That sounds so cool. Almost $5. I'll put in the sleeve. But yeah, I got out of Final Fantasy. Here. Oh wait, I can show you more of Final Fantasy. I got better stuff from Final Fantasy. Yeah, so out of Final Fantasy, I also got my... Here, I'll try to show you. I got the full art Buster Sword, and I got the full art Summon Bahamut. So that's pretty cool. Also, apparently this Pokemon card is worth like $200, and I've just been sitting on it for like 5 years or longer. 2017, almost 10 years. I've been sitting on that Pokemon card. Apparently worth $200. And it was just sitting on my fucking shelf. God damn. Pokemon cards, man. Next pack. Tend to the Springs. Gristle Glutton. Have we seen Gristle Glutton? I don't know if we have. I think we have, actually. Bogart Prankster. Summit Sentinel. Timid Shield Bearer. Forager Wicker Maw. Cool Wrath Zealot. This is new. Spell Snare. Counter target spell with mana value 2. Great. Block Imposter. Among Us! My friend's been showing me an Among Us anime. Changeling, Flash, Flying, and when this creature enters, return up to one other target creature you control to its owner's hand. It's not actually Among Us. It's apparently based off a visual novel of... it's called like Gnosis or something like that. It's about a time looping guy who has to find people infected by some sort of virus that makes people murder each other. And that's the whole thing. It's interesting. Not as good as ReZero, but in terms of time looping. And the amount of things I called just from other media. Because I was like, this is giving Steins Gate vibes. I love Steins Gate too. Time travel anime is good sometimes. Anyway, Reaping Willow. Yeah, sorry, I got a shitty camera. Lifelink, and this creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it, and then for 2, you can remove 2 counters from this creature to return target creature card of mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty fucking good. Seer. Seer deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Whoa, Shadow Urchin. This guy looks cool. What? Did it release April? That's the worst! I mean, it's good. I cannot wait. We're apparently getting the meme animated. The meme where Subaru is walking up the stairs. You guys know what I'm talking about? Sorry, Shadow Urchin. Whenever this creature attacks, you blight 1. And whenever a creature you control with 1 or more counters on it dies, exile that many cards from the top of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. And then we got a foil Lofty Dreams. Yeah. So the him walking up the stairs meme is becoming animated, which I think is great. The aura or whatever the fuck. What is this? Shadow Urchin. 21 cents. Boo. Boo. I love ReZero. I should read the visual novel. But then, like, I'd have to stop reading Bleach and Berserk. And Bleach is getting interesting. Yoruichi turned into a hot girl, so... Sorry, I'm not... Okay. Voracious Tome Skimmer. Oh, I forgot to change the music. Oops. Yeah, these are all, like, a half hour long, so I'm just cycling through them so that we don't get too tired. And it's flying, and whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, you may pay 1 life. If you do, you draw a card. Cool. Encumbered Rigiri. This creature enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it, and whenever this creature becomes tapped while it has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from it. That's pretty good with other merfolk I have. Explosive Prodigy. It has Vivid, and when this creature enters, it deals X damage to target creature and opponent controls, where X is the number of colors on permanents you control. Spry and Mighty. It's Lord of the Rings! Choose 2 creatures you control. You draw X cards of the chosen creatures and the chosen creatures get +X/+X and gain trample until end of turn. X is the difference between the chosen creature's powers. Whoa! We got a showcase of the Lockmare we've got earlier. Look how pretty that is. And then our Krulek Mystic is the fucking boo. Boo. Lockmare showcase. $10! Look at how nice this is. Spry and Mighty. 24 cents. Boo. Boo, Spry and Mighty, boo. We're down to our last 4 packs. Appeal to Eridu, Solifarrier, Cinderstrike, Barbed Bloodletter, Wild Unraveling, Chaos Spewer, Gravegill Scoundrel, Sizzling Changeling, Dawnblessed Pendant, Eclipsed Elf. This is new. I think this is good. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elf, swamp, or forest card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Ooh, Deep Channel Duelist. At the beginning of your end step, untap target merfolk you control. Other merfolk you control get +1/+1. That's kind of crazy. Whoa. Tristan's Command. We have Tristan! Choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target elf you control. Return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Destroy target creature or enchantment, or creature's target player controls gets +3/+3 until end of turn, and you untap them. And then we got a foil Waterbind creature. Boom. And then a Fuller Mountain. Tristan's Command. 33 cents. Seems good though. Oh, never mind. I lied. We're not down to our last 4. Oops. Teehee. Can't help being a Gemini, I guess. Tempora Cleansing, blah. Appeal to Eridu, Wildvine Pummeler, Flamekin Guildweaver, Dawnhand Eulogist, Stalactite Dagger, Worry Farmer, Thirst for Identity, that's new. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. Thoughtweft Imbuer. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +6/+6 until end of turn, where X is the number of kin you control. That's pretty cool. Squawk Roaster, look at this guy. It has double strike, and Squawk Roaster's power is equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. Unburied. You can choose one. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, or return 2 target creature cards that share a creature type from your graveyard to your hand. See what I mean by fucking so much tribal going on? Champion of the Path. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold an elemental and exile it. Whenever another elemental you control enters, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. And then we got Spiral into Solitude foil. We got My Life on a foil. Mickey Mouse, Mickey. Champion. Oh! Champion of the Path? Yes. 45 cents. Worth checking. Silver Gill Peddler, we've seen. Sun-Dappled Celebrant, Green Forest Druid, Flame Chain Mauler, Heirloom Auntie, Glamourmite, Gangly Stompling. It's fucking Zack League of Legends. A Changeling with Trample. Great. Boulder Dash. Boulder Dash deals 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to any other target. Prismatic Undercurrents. This one looks cool. When this enchantment enters, search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Reveal those cards, put them in your hand, and then shuffle. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. That's pretty cool. Kinsbale Aspirant. Aspirant. As an initial cost to cast a spell, behold a Kithrin or pay 2. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Noggle the Mind. Flash, enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a colorless Noggle with base power and toughness 1/1. Ooh. Flitterwing Nuisance. Showcase. $2. Near mint. Beep channel duelist. 20 cents. Nice cards though. They get an A+ from me for being nice looking. Scarblade Scout. Aquatex Defenses, Shore Lurker, Unforgiving Aim, Elder Auntie, Blight Rod, Prideful Feastling, Gangly Stompling. This one's new. Glamour Gifter. They don't deserve the VIP treatment? Hell nah. For 20 cents? He has Flash Flying, and when this creature enters, you can choose up to one other target creature. Until end of turn, that creature has base power and toughness of 4/4 and gains all creature types. Cool. Shimmer Creep, Moon Vigil, Adherence. I think we've seen those guys. Ooh, this one's new. Brigand's Command. We have Brigand 2! Choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target Kithrin you control. Target player creates a 1/1 green and white Kithrin creature token. Target creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. And target creature you control fights target creature and opponent controls. And then Giant Fallers are... foil. Brig. How do you spell it? Brigid. Command. Dang, if it was the promo pack, it'd be $5, but it's not. At least I don't think it is. How would I know? Oh well. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume it's not. They look exactly the same, except one says promo pack. So I feel like I can just claim it is a promo pack, and how would you know? Well, probably because it came from a box. Last pack. This is it. This pays for the box. Keep out. Not a great start. Crossroad Watcher, not a great start. Enraged Flame Caster. Auntie's Sentence. Summit Sentinel. Not even a new card. Forging Wicker Mom. This is a bad end. Kolrath Zealot. Pitiless Fist. Not a single new card. Shine Striker. Water Brine Trapper. Perfect Intimidation. I'm getting scared. We're running out. Oh! My friend is going to be so happy. Lava Leaper. He wanted this card, but I only had one. All creatures have haste. Whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. And Tonifel Rhinespeaker. And a foil mountain. My friend is going to be happy about that one. Because he was like, can I have this? I was like, did I get any others? And he was like, no. And I'm like, no. 38 cents. So I'll save that for him. Okay. So I think our biggest pull today was the 1,000-Year Elixir. I think this was the biggest pull. Although I think this guy was also pretty expensive. Alright. Cool little stream. I'm going to keep these guys with a bunch of my other nice cards. And then these guys are all going in the box. And I don't think any of them are like... This one might be expensive enough to put in the binder. Okay. So honestly, That's all I had planned for stream, and I got to do laundry. So, because I didn't do it yesterday, I was going to, and then someone else was doing it, and then I just never did it. So there you go. My friend's gonna be happy about that one. So yeah. I might stream League of Legends later. I don't know. My friend has been very wishy-washy about League of Legends. My mom just texted me food. Keres Komir. Okay. So yeah. Tomorrow, stream will be later in the day, if at all. Yeah, so usually during weeks, streams are at like 7 p.m. my time. I don't know what that is for other times. And then of course, weekend streams are usually in the mornings or whenever I feel like it. Okay. Thank you guys for coming around. Again, I guess let me know. Do like a, I don't know, do Discord or something if you guys want to see me try to build decks, because I will. You're welcome. So yeah, today we might either stream, well, Jesus, League later or Deadlock, whichever one.